So I got a YouTube commenter asking about the collector, the emitter and the collector on Gene Watson's AC Ionic Wave ionocraft thruster. Well, I came across this drawing, scouring through old emails. It mentions an emitter and a collector, and it kind of illustrates the concept. But this drawing also exclaims that what's called electric propulsion mixed with gas is more efficient and better than chemical burn rockets. Now with SpaceX and, the recent NASA rocket launch to the moon, they have to develop these really big chemical rockets, that are loud and they shoot down all the rocket fuel. And people are complaining, like, where SpaceX has launches in Texas, that it's polluting. They didn't know about all the pollution and trash that would fall to the ground. Well, electrical propulsion is electrical, so you're not going to have a lot of that, and it's less of an eyesore. Some people like seeing rocket launches, but it's just electrical thrust. So we'll see in this drawing why he believes electrical propulsion is the future and chemical burn rockets or jet engines are the past. So he says the formula is gas turbine 80% times ionic AC wave 80% surpasses 3% efficient chemical rocket burn. And he writes as a header, high density versus low density. AC Ionic Wave is low density to give the whole greater surface area for higher static thrust in the vertical. Why high frequency AC works? First of all, power vacuum tubes, high voltage virtually eliminates transformer weight. So what he's saying is this AC ionic, high frequency AC ionic wave reduces or eliminates transformer weight. So here he has an illustration of an emitter. Then he has an AC ionic wind. He has an arrow going to the collector. Laid flat for easy illustration. So this is basically running gas through the electric propulsion for, higher thrust. So it has intermixed stored gas input. This is the illustration. Syringe output flush with the surface, plus ions followed by minus ions. Insulation prevents hot spot formation on the collector. So he has insulation on the collector, preventing hot spot formation. So on the gas, it's pumped from external gas input. This permits smooth transition to high vacuum, surface minus ions. As strange things happens, the bulk of the attractive force is not between the emitter and plate, but the emitter and the opposite ionic wave in space that had been accelerated prior. That puts in tilt the minuscule change separation equation, making the static thrust much higher. Moreover, the less atmosphere pressure with altitude, the final speed exceeds chemical burn speeds, even escape velocity speeds. So, my interpretation of that is electrical propulsion, using this AC ionic wave plus the gas intermix, would even be better than rockets achieving escape velocity. Now he has an illustration of a flying saucer and like four, little domes or balls underneath. The four AC balls permit gas turbine exhaust. Also, AC Ionic Wave with switchover to internal storage gas. Hollow metal. Oh, I think where it says hollow metal, I think that has to do with the syringe. Syringe output flush with the surface, in parentheses, hollow metal. So if you got through all of that, maybe you have an electrical background, you know how to do ion lifters with the emitter and the collector, or you have an aerospace degree, you know about rocketry. I have to admit that, being sent out into outer space on a flying saucer with little four balls underneath or bulges underneath with the AC Ionic Wave and the gas intermix is way more appealing than risking your life in some rocket that could blow up. You're like sitting in some chair facing the sky with all these g forces, just sitting in a seat in a flying saucer and that achieves escape velocity with electrical propulsion, or electric propulsion, is way more appealing than being shot into outer space in a rocket, a really loud, scary rocket. So, will electrical propulsion make rockets and jet engines obsolete? Well, we'll see. And did my dad really discover something revolutionary that could have been discovered during the days of Nikola Tesla experimenting with alternating current? I guess time will tell. Is the government keeping this secret or under wraps? Um, well, that is what the inventor Gene Watson claims in his AC Ionic Wave discovery.